Hi guys, and welcome back to Just Being Mary Lewis. Today I have a get ready with me using Cosmetics products. First I start by priming my face with the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. After I'm done with that, I'm going to go and I'm going to skip doing my eyebrows on camera, and I'm just going to get straight into the concealing part. Now I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer to conceal my eyelids. As you can see, they're very dark, and that just helps the eyeshadow to blend evenly. I also add some e.l.f. translucent powder, and it's more of a setting powder. I add that to help set the concealer. After I set both eyelids, I go in with my BH Cosmetics matte finishing powder. I also added that because that also has a deeper, darker brown color, and that too will also help with the look that I'm trying to get right here. Now I'm setting. After I set, I'm gonna go and continue to set some more with this powder. It's more of a foundation, but it could be used as a setting powder, a foundation, or anything to that nature. Now I go in with another BH Cosmetics product, and it's a palette that I've been having for quite a while. I go in with the first color and I start to blend in the eyeshadow. As you can see, I do have some thick lids. It kind of looks like it's fluid or something. I'm not sure what it is, but that's just the way my eyelids are. As you can see, I blend, blend, blend. And I do most of blending to have a deeper, darker color. But I wasn't going for a flashy makeup look. I was actually going for a subtle makeup look. As you can see here, now that I've blended in that eyeshadow, I'm going to go in and add some highlighter under my brow bone, and that's just to give my eye a more of a woken look, make me look like my eyes are more opened. As you can see here, the excitement that I have in my face when I open up this palette. It is a brand new BH Cosmetics palette, and I absolutely love it. The colors are very pretty. As you can see here, I go into this color and I apply that to my lid and I blend. And my next lid, and I do the exact same thing. I blend. I'm going to go in with this peach color, and I use this as more of a lightening shade. I do this to lighten both of my eyelids before I put on the next color. And I do this as a way to give it a little pop. And you could see I didn't use very much. I used just a little bit to brighten up my eyelids. I'm going to go in with this copper shade. It looks like a brand new penny. That would be the color I would distinct it with. As you can see here, I'm applying it, and it's not too dark, and that's exactly what I was going for. If you ever purchase any palette and you want the shadow to go on deeper, you can use a wet brush, wet it with water or some setting spray, and that'll do the job. Now I'm blending all of my eyeshadow, making it look seamless so I don't have any harsh lines and it doesn't appear like I didn't take the time to blend it all together. Now that I'm done with my eyeshadow, I'm on to some liquid eyeliner. I actually have a little jar, small little jar that I purchased from wish.com. It's very simple to apply. You take a small eyeshadow brush and you apply it. Now that I'm done with that, I go in with my Missy Lynn palette, And what I do is use one of the highlighter shades to highlight the inner tear ducts of my eyes. What that does is makes you look more awake, less tired. So I do that. Once I'm done with that, I go with my BH Cosmetics liquid foundation. I purchased this maybe about a month ago, and this is actually my first time trying it, and I must say that I'm very pleased with it. The color matched me perfectly. It applied very smoothly, and it actually works just as well as some of my other foundations, which are drugstore foundations. I've never purchased any high-end foundations just yet, and I'm testing out quite a few drugstore foundations, and this one is working very well for me. So I actually like it quite a bit. I think I'm going to do another tutorial sometime in the future using this foundation. And I don't have a method to applying my foundation. I just do how I feel I need to do at that moment and how my face looks. After applying the foundation, I go in with this LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is the same thing I used upon my eyelids and below and above my eyebrows. What this actually does is highlight where I apply it, and that's under my eyes, the bridge of the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, which is right under my nose and above my lip, and my chin. Once I highlight those places, I go in with a wet beauty blender, a sponge, and I go in and I blend all of the concealer onto my face. What it actually does is make my face look more brighter in those areas, and that's what I was going for. After I do that, I go in with some e.l.f. setting powder. It's a white color, it's like a translucent powder. It was very inexpensive, and I find that it works well, but I can't leave it on my face for very long. As they call it, baking. I cannot bake with this because if I do, I will look like a ghost. I will literally look white in those places. So what I do is, after I apply the setting powder, I dusted it off with a brush, and I also added some of the BH Cosmetics setting powder, the matte powder, to my face, to those places where I baked, and that helped to dust it off even more. I go in now with an eyeliner, and that just gives my eye a little darkness, just a little bit. I don't go in with a lot, just enough to make my eyes look good. Now that I'm going in the second eye, I'm going to be finishing that off, and I'm going to do a little bit more of I'm going to add a little bit more powder to my face to make it set just a little bit better, to make sure I didn't leave any of the white setting powder on my face. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with another BH Cosmetics palette. And this palette not only has eyeshadows, it also has blushes. I'm going to apply a light peachy blush to the apples of my cheeks. And I do that because I just want it to look more natural than anything. Once I'm done with that, I go in with some highlighter, and I add just a little bit, not to make me look too shiny, but just to make it look as much of a natural glow as possible. And I think I achieved that. I'm still trying to find some good highlighters. So if you have any suggestions to good highlighters, please leave them down in the comments below. Now I'm adding a little mascara, not a lot. I didn't add any falsies or anything like that. I added just a little mascara to give my eyelashes just a little bit of length. Now that I'm done with my makeup, I apply this e.l.f. setting spray, and this spray has a dewy finish. And when I say dewy, I mean it looks more shiny, and that's what I like. Some people don't like that. I actually like it because I have really, really super dry skin, and I don't want my skin to look drier than it already is. Once I'm done applying the spray and it has set, I go in with this lip gloss that I got from BH Cosmetics in the holiday set. It's like a nudie pink color. And once I apply that and I get it the way I want it, now that I'm done, here is my final look. I hope that you guys like the way it came out. I do. It's very natural and subtle, and that's the look that I was going for. If you have any comments or questions, please be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll answer them as soon as possible. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to do so as well. Share it with your friends and family. And I hope that you guys all have a great and wonderful, blessed Christmas. I love you all with the love of Christ, and you have a blessed one. Bye-bye.